Ooh, fire grips. That's gotta be an extra 2 horsepower right there. Oh my goodness. What is it? It's a Baja 125 Baja Dirt Runner 125. Yep. We got the plastics off her, so it looks kind of like crap. Maybe it is a little bit kind of like crap. I guess it is a little bit crappy. But anyway, I got the plastics off it. And normally when it's running good, it's a decent little bike, so we'll dig into her and see if we can fix it. Don't look at me like that. Anyway, it's a made in China unit, 4-stroke. I believe it's a Honda clone. The engine certainly is a Honda clone. I think I've had this for over a year now, and I don't know, it worked good for a short period of time, and then the spark and boom and power making happener, it started ticking and getting hot and doing stuff that it probably shouldn't do, and then it was getting tight. I don't know, either the bottom end is come loose or the top end is fried. I don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna just take it apart, I guess. So I was gonna order a new cylinder on Amazon, but that wouldn't be smart because I don't really know. However, when I was ordering, looking at stuff, it's cheap, it's affordable, so you can get like a new cylinder for like 45 bucks. But there's 2 different styles. There's the overhead cam, and then there's this one. This one has the cam down in the block. Wow. What year is it? 73. Celica. So there's quite a bit of room here to work on it, I think. However, valve cover's a little bit close here, so it's probably going to be easiest if I remove the seat and the gas tank. Well, that escalated quickly. So it's only 2 nuts here underneath, above the wheel in the fender, and the seat comes off. And there was 1 bolt in the front of the tank on the tank mount. Maybe there's supposed to be 2, I don't know, but there was 1 there on this side. So the fuel line is still hooked up. So I just lifted the tank and rotated it because the line is short and it's still hooked up. It'd probably be easy to disconnect that, but I think that gives me enough room there because this is the valve cover and this is the head. So we're gonna be working right here. There's 1 10mm on this side, and I believe there's 2 on this side to take the valve cover off. But I've already got the 10mm. This was 10mm on the seat, 10mm on the gas tank. I think that's 10mm, so you could probably take the whole bike apart with a couple of tools, handful of tools. Okay, so it's another day, and I was gonna take the top end off first. However, I do remember there was something about this pickup here. So I decided to take the cover off here, and I remember this isn't right for some reason. It's supposed to be 2 bolts holding that pickup on. I don't know if that's even the right pickup. Oof, it's out of line. It seems to be tight, but it's a little bit out of line there. And the flywheel magneto, it was loose. I took this nut here and spun it off with my fingers. So that's not supposed to be loose. So I decided, since the nut was loose, I decided to dig into it a little deeper. And I think this might be the key. I don't know what that is, if that's the key for the flywheel, but it was stuck in there like that. So maybe the flywheel was out of line. Maybe that's why it was detonating, because the magnet is supposed to line up into a certain position and that's when it fires. But if it fires too early, if the ignition is advanced, the flywheel moved on the shaft, maybe. I'll have to look into that. Ooh, that don't feel good. Oh. Yeah, I think the key came out. That doesn't feel very smooth there. Huh. I wonder if the top end is okay. So I think what happened, it was getting tight and it was pinging and knocking a bit, and I thought it was the top end. But now that I rotate it, the top end seems to be okay, maybe? I'm not sure yet. Maybe the knocking and pinging was all down here, perhaps. But I think this is gonna be the main problem right here, the keyway coming out of the flywheel. That's a big, uh-oh, no, oof. Some damage there. Oof. So I might be able to clean that up with a file and might be able to put a keyway back in it and make sure it's properly torqued. I might be able to fix that. There's some burrs there, but I don't think it's the end of the world. If they were badly damaged, then you might need to replace one or the other. I think it's definitely gonna need a new key. But I might be able to doctor up the shaft, and I might be able to clean up the flywheel there. The keyway slot still exists, so that's good. So maybe the top end is okay. I might check the valve lash anyway, turn it over a couple times and see. It seems to have compression and it seems to be no knocks and rattles now that this is apart and now that I found this issue. So that's definitely a big issue. But hopefully the top end's okay, because then I could save money on ordering parts. Check out this thing, isn't it glorious? Oh yeah. Okay, got the Baja 125 running, all reassembled. And yeah, seems to run good. I adjusted the carburetor a little bit. I really should clean it and put an inline filter because it's been sitting for 2 years or something like that. I don't know. So the front plastics, I didn't put the front plastics on the gas tank yet. I tried to, but apparently you're supposed to do that like first, and then this, and then the seats. So I totally did that in the wrong order. But I just put the side ones on for now because the exhaust and whatnot. And yeah. Oh, and I put this headlight on. I found when I had the cover off and the flywheel off, it has like the charging coil and everything. So you could put a battery in it. I don't think it has electric start, but I did put this headlight on, and it only runs at a certain RPM. So if you rev it up, it gets brighter, but it's better than nothing, I guess. There was a number plate on there. I still have the number plate. Oh, just put this little No-Pro. I call it No-Pro because it's not a GoPro. Just put this little action camera on here, and might give that a shot. Might go for a rip. See what happens. I like this one because it's the version with the 19-inch front wheel, hydraulic front and rear disc brakes. So it's got the 16-inch rear, tire and the 19-inch front. So this is the big wheel version of the Baja 125. I think it's like a CRF copycat, I don't know. I previously had 2 Yamahas and 1 Honda, and the CRF 80 and the TTR 125. And this thing hasn't really given me much more trouble than the Japanese bikes, but I do have a Chinese ATV, and it's been pretty reliable. The little 110 Chinese ATV. So I'll take this one for a rip. It seems to run good now. Well, just made her back just in time. She's raining friggin' cats and dolphins out there. Raining absolutely sideways. I had to check there to make sure it wasn't a friggin' tornado or something. They were only calling for a 50% chance, so I decided to take a risk. I had the No-Pro camera on there, so there might be some trail riding footages.